Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's another glorious day. It's Thursday, the 7th of July, 2022. It's 11:30 a.m., which means it is time for our Midday Mindful Moment. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the minister here at Unity of Tucson, and this is the opportunity we take to engage in some spiritual practice right in the middle of the day. And we do this every single day to remain consistent in our practice. Because when we are consistent in our practice, life just gets better all around. So let's make life better together. What do you say? Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. I will, of course, offer my reminder, one of my favorite reminders, and the one that is consistent to say to you, you are light, you are life, you are love, you are magnificent. And I'm grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence with the world. Thank you so much for doing that. Hello, Sherry. Howdy, Ariel. Good morning, William and Nita, Fran and Cindy. Grateful to see you here. Always grateful to have this connection. And Becky, hello to you. Yeah. So today I want to talk about one of the difficulties that we can sometimes face, and that is when we make mistakes or act in ways that are not kind and what can be done about it. Very simply put, we can make amends. That's really like that's really what today's message is ultimately going to be about. In what way can you make amends? But I'm just going to speak to an experience I've had recently, and that is I acted in a way that was not kind. And I know that there may be people out there who are going, but you're a minister. Well, ministers have our own experiences of what we might call human failings as well, because we're human beings too. And sometimes we act in ways that are not kind. And so, in the experience of not acting in a way and in a manner that was kind and loving, in a situation that was a little challenging, and I'll say I had a challenge with it. It was a trigger that was pushed in me. The way that I move through it, and this is the way that I choose to lead by example, is first of all, I can say, I look at that and say, I regret the way I behaved. I regret the way I behaved. Do I get myself rooted in a sense of remorse that is insurmountable? No, although I may temporarily allow myself to feel the remorse for the way that I behaved. And part of this too is, let's get really clear that all of these are shades of experience that we don't have to begin to define our lives by. So I can say, yes, I am regretful for what unfolded. I accept my part in what unfolded. I have remorse for what unfolded. I accept my part for what allowed myself to step into that place of feeling remorseful. I am culpable. I am culpable for my participation in it. And if I was the instigator of it, I am willing to admit that. And I'm willing also to make amends, to do what I can now moving forward to make it right. Here's the thing. Oftentimes we get stuck in this idea that we can change the past. You can't change the past. Ain't gonna happen. What we can do is we can set a new construct moving forward. It's, these are things I say all the time. But I look at this event that happened that kind of instigated this decision to talk about this today. And I do have regret around the way it unfolded, but I'm not going to let myself get lost in that regret. I have some remorse. I'm not letting myself get lost in that remorse. I can accept that I am culpable for my participation, and I will make amends. And I do make amends, and I choose to make amends. And so that is a path that we can all take. What do we do if we don't do that? If we behave in a way and we stick to our guns saying that we were right, right? That may not be necessarily the way that is going to be the most productive or evolutionary or constructive moving forward. And ultimately, the person that it reflects upon and the person that it affects most adversely is the self. It's the self. And so if there's something, as I move through this process of having to go through not go through, but as I grow through what it is that has instigated this for me right in this moment, I am allowing myself the freedom and the flexibility to let myself off the hook, but also learn from the experience. And that is the benefit. We're always in a learning space. We always have this capacity to step up into greater knowledge and embodying that knowledge so that we don't make the same mistakes again. And so that's the message today. Allow yourself the freedom and the flexibility to do what you need to do and work in a direction that is compassionate and rooted in kindness. And that's what I'm choosing to do today. So compassion is the word of the day, compassion. If you are open and willing to join me in some affirmative prayer around this. Oh, hold on. Before I go into affirmative prayer, Sherry says, I find when I act out in the end, I am usually needing to take time and heal myself. That is when I go, oh yeah, I was acting out and hurting others. And you know what? Yes. Like I said, these are steps to be able to reflect upon me and, and find the compassion in my heart so that I don't eat myself up too. Forgiveness is always an inside job. I have asked forgiveness in this instant. I've asked for the forgiveness of someone else. They have offered it. And I have to find forgiveness in my own heart as well. And so we're in this state of compassionate care for one another. So if you are open and receptive to being in, some affirmative prayer around this, I invite you to join me. If you want to close your eyes, if that's safe and comfortable for you, I invite you to do so. And let's just settle into this pure, perfect moment of allowing. Opening up to an awareness of the presence. Letting go of anything that has preceded this moment. Truly releasing any regret or remorse in this moment and recognizing that this is a new moment. And it is this moment right here and right now where I set the tone for what will unfold, but I also release any anxiety or narrow out picturing of what the future holds. For I know that in changing my mind right in this moment, I am setting the course for what will be, and it will be good. It will be productive. And it is rooted in this, that there is only one infinite power and presence for all that is. God is the creative principle, and nothing else exists. And while I use the word God, there is no adequate descriptor in language that can express the infinite wholeness, the universal presence, the light, the life, the love, the sheer magnificent divinity that is the universe, everything seen, everything unseen. It is an infinite, receptive consciousness of which we are, each and every one of us, a part. We are part of this wholeness. There is no separation. There is God and nothing else. And so this is our identity. We are that power. We are the presence. We are the light. We are the life. And trusting this, knowing this, allowing a forward-moving and evolutionary construct in mind that is based in this understanding, I lay claim to this, that there is always room for compassion. There is always room for kindness, and I choose to let kindness and compassion lead the way. I release from my consciousness any limitation brought upon by past experiences wherein I may feel regret or remorse, and I let myself open to being compassionate. I let myself open to expressing kindness. And I let myself open to offering amends. I am open, I am available, and I trust in the God source, the God essence that is the core of my being to inform the forward flow and function of this expression I call life. For we are each and every one of us living the life of the divine. While we recognize it as our own, it is the life of God unfolding by means of us. And the capacity for compassion exists infinitely at the core of each and every one of us. And so I welcome this compassionate, forward-moving flow. I am open-hearted and I allow. And it is with gratitude overflowing that I simply allow it to be. I relax, trust, and know it to be so, and affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. There's a song that kind of popped into my head today, and it's kind of a recitative portion of the musical Rent that one character is asking another, "How do you feel today? How do you feel today?" And the character responds, "Best I felt all year." Yeah, so I'm feeling good today. I trust you are as well, and let's keep that feeling going. Would love for you to continue to comment, like, subscribe, follow. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, it is always an inside job. Ariel, learning to be angry/upset and kind at the same time is powerful. It's a journey, you know. I choose to be transparent in my journey in the way that I use spiritual practice to address the things that come up for me, and to also acknowledge the fact that even as a minister, sometimes I make mistakes. I said a few weeks ago, if any of you have ever put me on a pedestal as a minister, knock me down, because I'll be the first to fall. Anyway, I'm grateful that we get to share this time together, and I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow for the Midday Mindful Moment, and every weekday at 11:30. Do also join me Sunday morning, 9:30 is our guided meditation, and 10 a.m. is our Sunday celebration. Those are in person and online, both. So grateful for the connection. Transparency gains trust, Sherry says. Thank you. And it is my commitment to you that I will remain transparent in this journey and unfoldment of my life. Looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Peace and blessings to you. Know that you are magnificent, and it is not because of anything you do. But I should also add, it's not because of anything you don't do. It is just the core of who you are. Keep shining your light and sharing that with the world. Be well. Namaste.